The Nuggets back home facing the Pelicans. Can they extend their win? Let's find out. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. Let's get it. How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Nuggets were back in Denver tonight, taking on the Pelicans for the first of a 2-game homestand against them. They'll do 3 games, and they'll head out to Phoenix for 1 game and come back for a couple more games before the All-Star break. So tonight they were facing the Pelicans. And both teams a little beaten up. Obviously, the Pelicans a little bit more beaten up than the Nuggets are. Nuggets had Peyton Watson and Brody both out with injuries. Peyton Watson's still dealing with some knee issues. Apparently, he's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. That is a hard blow to their defense because, as we know, Denver already lacks a lot of defense. And Peyton Watson is one of the key aspects to the defense. So losing him for 4 weeks is a big issue. Luckily, it does kind of coincide with the All-Star break, so there's at least 1 week there where no one's playing regular basketball anyways. So that does help in our favor, but we still have this next stretch where the Nuggets are going to have to lock in as hard as they can to make it out of here with a good winning to loss ratio. So Brody, though, apparently is doing a lot to kind of battle back, and hopefully he'll be back in the next game or two. So the lineup tonight was kind of the same as the last game, with Jokić, Michael Porter Jr., Christian Braun, Murray, and Zeke Naji. The Nuggets in their fast break blues, Pelicans were in their white and gold jerseys, and the Nuggets got a win. Let's freaking go. Nuggets Nation, let's go. Final score, 125-113. I believe that should be higher, but, with such a beat up and towards the end of the season, they're, beaten and bruised and out of breath and everything. So that's still a very good win. Let's go Nuggets. Very high on a 3-game winning streak now. If hopefully they can continue it into like a 9-game winning streak, that would be amazing. That's something that the Nuggets haven't done. So let's go. What happened in the game? Let's break it down. The first quarter, right? The Pelicans controlled the tip, and Trey Murphy III, who was a menace to the Nuggets the entire night. Dude went for I think 42 tonight. He got fouled early, sinking both free throws for the first points of the game. The Nuggets responded with a 3-pointer shot from Zeke Naji for their opening bucket. After the Pelicans tied it with a free throw, Green knocked down a couple of threes, giving New Orleans an early lead. Nuggets quickly found a rhythm, though, and going on a 7-0 run to take a 1-point lead and forcing Pelicans to burn their first timeout. The Nuggets kept up the pressure and extended their run to 12 straight points and building a 7-point lead. The Pelicans answered with back-to-back threes, both teams battling it out with the Nuggets going up against again, but New Orleans stayed aggressive, draining another 3 to tie this game. I don't know what's going on, everyone. It just seems like every team is an elite shooting 3-point shooting team when they face the Nuggets. I've never seen the Pelicans make this many threes. They are actually not a good 3-pointing shooting team, but when they face the Nuggets, apparently they're at Boston all of a sudden. It was really freaking annoying to see McCollum and Trey Murphy III, and then there was one other guy who they just kept on knocking down threes. So okay, come on, what's going on here? And so they got back-to-back threes, both teams battling it out with Nuggets going up again, but New Orleans stayed aggressive, draining another 3 to tie the game. Nuggets responded with a strong defense and stops and key rebounds, regaining a 7-point advantage, capped off by a Michael Porter Jr. 3. Pickett came up with big defensive stops that leading to a fast break with Naji finishing at the rim, which was awesome, pushing the Nuggets lead to double digits. Nuggets closed the first quarter strong, winning it by 33-23. So a 10-point lead after the first. Second quarter came. And the Nuggets opened the second quarter without Jokić as usual, and this time having DeAndre Jordan step in as the center. Strawther got things going with a layup for the first points of the quarter, but the Pelicans quickly responded with a three. You can already see the trend here, right? Lots of threes. They were playing the three-ball game. We were playing the paint game, and just by chance, our math worked out better than theirs. Denver maintained control, rebuilding their lead to 11, but the Pelicans answered with a 7-0 run, cutting the lead down to just 4. CB and DJ both struggled to convert a second chance opportunity, and on the third chance, CB finally kicked it out to Zeke, who drove strong to the rim, forcing the Pelicans to take another timeout. Like, that was probably one of the best plays that Zeke did. It was really awesome to see him just get aggressive, get in there, and get the dunk. Jokić checked back in at the 6:40 mark, and Nuggets immediately went on a 6-0 run, extending their lead to 16. Jamal Murray then stepped up and drained a three for the Nuggets to get first to 50. McCollum, though, answered back with a three of his own, trimming the lead back down to 13. And Michael Porter Jr. responded in a big way, knocking down a three while drawing a foul from Zion, completing a 4-point play. Not the only 4-point play in this game, mind you. Unfortunately, there is one that is a horrendous combination there we'll get into later. So moments later, though, Murray added another highlight, scoring a tough bucket and converting the and one, giving Denver their largest lead of the night at this point of 18, and the Nuggets took the second quarter 35-27, heading on top into the half 68-50. Then the third quarter started. Nuggets opened the third quarter with Jamal Murray at the free throw line, sinking both shots to push the lead to 20. This is the highest that it will be at, and it will not go back to that, because if we know the Nuggets, unfortunately, they are allergic to 20-point leads. So, however, the Pelicans quickly responded with Trey Murphy III knocking down, what was that? You guessed it right, a three, followed by a layup from McCollum. New Orleans continued to chip away the deficit, cutting the lead down to 13 and forcing Coach Malone to take a timeout. Out of the break, though, Jokić hit a floater to stop the run and then drew a foul and calmly knocked down both free throws, extending the lead back to 19, which would be the last time we would see a 19-point lead. And then, again, Trey Murphy continued his hot streak, draining yet another three to keep the Pelicans within striking distance. New Orleans carried the momentum into the final minutes of the quarter, closing on a 10-0 run, trimming the Nuggets lead down to just 10. The Pelicans took the third quarter 35-25, setting up an intense finish for the Nuggets, leading 93-85 going into the fourth. The fourth, the Pelicans opened up with a missed shot, and they completely lucked out on this, so they missed the shot. Zeke got the rebound, but then fumbled it out of bounds, giving them another attempt, and luckily the Nuggets then lucked out with them missing it, and then they secured the rebound, and Strawther then on the other end knocked down a three for the first points of the quarter. So he got 2 quarters where he was the first to knock down points, which was awesome for Strawther. MPJ followed up with another triple, pushing Nuggets lead back to 14. You know, there's the Porter quarter. I would say that Michael Porter Jr. had a Porter game. He was phenomenal tonight. It felt like he was playing for his life. So that was really awesome. Got it back up to 14. However, the Pelicans refused to go away, hitting back-to-back threes yet again to stay in striking distance. Strawther then drew a foul beyond the arc and went to the line, making 2 of 3 to get the Nuggets first to 100. And as I've said before, when you win the first quarter, when you win the second quarter, and when you're the first to 50 and the first to 100, the odds of you winning are pretty high. These are pretty good indicators. They didn't win all 4 quarters. So far, by now, they've only won 2 out of the 3 that were played. We're in the 4th quarter now. They got to the 101st, looking pretty good now, right? On the other end, Zion was fouled and split free throws. And on the second free throw, so he made the first, missed the second, and the Pelicans actually got the rebound. McCollum went for a 3, and Zeke fouled him. Like, it's so painful when the Nuggets foul a jump shooter. Stop fouling jump shooters. Oh my God. That could have easily have sealed the fate of the Nuggets, because now you had 1 point from Zion, and then they got the rebound. And McCollum actually makes the 3-point shot to go to a 4-point play. So technically, they had a 5-point play. That's freaking crazy. All because you foul the jump shooter. Don't foul the jump shooters. Nuggets are just horrible at contesting threes. Either they don't contest them, or when they do, they foul them. It's so bad. So he went to the free throw line, obviously, completed the 4-point play, technically a 5-point play for the New Orleans. And New Orleans continued to pour in threes with ease. But luckily, I should say, Michael Porter Jr. stepped up to stop the bleeding, drilling a clutch 3 to get himself to 32 points at this moment. He would actually end with 36 points. Huge game for Michael Porter Jr. Jokić then found him for another deep shot, sealing Jokic's 23rd triple-double of the season. Let's freaking go, Yoke. Nuggets, please do not trade him. Keep him in Denver for the rest of his career. I don't want to hear anyone talk about him going to the Lakers or him going to the Knicks. Giannis, freaking troll. The Nuggets took the 4th, 32-28, securing a victory. Final score again, 125-113. Let's freaking go. Let's love my Nuggets. And we're going to get into stats right after this. Hey everyone, let's talk sound quality. Imagine having pro-level audio that's easy to set up, flexible, and sounds incredible. That's the Røde Pod Mic USB. It's got both USB and XLR connections, so whether you're recording solo at home or in a full studio setup, you're covered. And get this, the built-in DSP effects let you adjust the sound with 0 lag. You get that deep, smooth broadcast tone right out of the box. It's versatile, powerful, and basically makes your voice sound like pure gold. And we're back. All right, so stats here. We have Michael Porter Jr., who played the second most minutes. The most amount of minutes was actually by Christian Braun, but Michael Porter Jr. played 39 minutes tonight, 36 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 12 for 22 from field, 7 for 12 from 3, 5 for 5 from free throws, so 100% there. 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 20, and deservedly so. He was the best player of the night tonight. Zeke Naji played 31 minutes, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 5 for 9 from field, 2 for 4 from 3. He had 1 turnover, 5 personal fouls, was a plus 1. Jokić played 36 minutes tonight, 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Don't tell me SGA is MVP worthy. I mean, he's definitely second probably in the league right now, but Jokić has that MVP 100%. I don't want to hear SGA for MVP this season. That is completely Jokic's award, and if he doesn't get it, completely rigged. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to believe that SGA won it if Jokić doesn't win it. So he was 9 for 13 from field, 1 for 3 from three-pointers, 8 for 10 from free throws, and then 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, was a plus 11. CB played 40 minutes tonight, damn near 41 minutes. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 5 for 14 from field, 0 for 4 from 3, so he didn't have a great 3-point shot tonight. And not really a great free throw either. He had 1 for 2 there. But he did have 0 turnovers and 1 personal foul. He was a +2. Jamal Murray played 35 minutes tonight, made 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 7 for 17 from field, 1 for 4 from 3, 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 0 turnovers as well. That's an amazing number for him. 5 personal fouls was a +18. Jamal Murray's just having a really great part of the season now. He's finally caught up, and the one worry I have, though, is that after the All-Star break, that break just itself rusts all of the Nuggets. And so I'm really hoping that coming out of that break, they get the rest that they need, but then they're going to hit the ground running right out of that break. That's what I would like to see them do. So major bench player tonight was Julian Strawther, who had he was 23 minutes. He played 23 minutes tonight, made 15 points off the bench, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was 6 for 10 from field, 1 for 5 from 3, 2 for 4 from free throws, and 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul, was a +9. So he's the major one that we need to talk about there. The rest of the bench didn't play amazing at all. And so overall stats here, we have 46 rebounds to their 41. We had 28 assists to their 27. Very close in both of those, We had 7 steals to their 5, 6 blocks to their 4. We shot 50% from field. They shot 43%. We shot 36 from 3. They shot 47%. This is what I'm talking about. Like, why? How does every single team all of a sudden become an elite shooting 3-point shot team? It doesn't make sense. It's like they all of a sudden can drain any 3 that they put in, and they can't do that against any other team. And there's teams that don't even contest the 3 either, but yet somehow when they face the Nuggets, it's like they all of a sudden can make every single 3. Like, ridiculous. And then we shot 80% from free throw. They shot 86%. And then we had 5 turnovers. They had 10. So very low turnover rate tonight. That was amazing. Like to see that more. And then 16 personal fouls to Pelicans 21. And so you can kind of see why the score is the way it is, because it was very close, and only won by 12 points. It's not really a blowout, but it is good to win by double digits. And real quick, so Trey Murphy III had 41 points. I don't watch enough Pelicans games, to be honest. And so I've been sleeping on Trey Murphy. I didn't realize that he balled that much. I didn't really know much about him anyway, either. I know about Zion Williams. I mean, how can you not? He's like the talk of the team, him and Brandon Ingram, who didn't play tonight. And then CJ McCollum, of course. But Murphy, I didn't really know much about. And dang, he really killed us. 41 points. Zion had 14 points. McCollum had 30 points. It was a struggle to maintain either one of those guys. So we're going to get into big takeaways after this. As a cinematographer, photographer, and now a podcaster, I do believe lighting is everything. And if you're serious about creating dynamic content, you need to check out Nanlite. They're all about precision and control. Whether it's soft, natural lighting or vibrant colors, Nanlite gives you full flexibility to set the mood for any scene. From compact LEDs to powerful softboxes, Nanlite has light solutions that fit every setup. It's ideal for photographers, like myself, videographers, like myself, and creators who want to pro-grade quality right out on their fingertips. With Nanlite, you're lighting like a pro every time. And we're back. All right. So big takeaway here. Yeah, Mike. Mike. Michael Porter Jr. was phenomenal tonight, which just shows that as much as we would want the perfect game where all the Nuggets eat, we are just not that team anymore. All the Nuggets are getting by without everyone eating. They're sticking in that fourth seat so far right now. They're not dropping. They're maintaining their own. And instead of everyone eating, they still get to eat, but they switch it every game so that everyone can still eat, but it's like sporadically throughout the games, which kind of can help them in the long run, because again, the season is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you need to conserve energy, which is kind of what the Nuggets are doing right now. They are trying to manage their energy levels so they can save it for the playoffs and not let what happened last year happen this year. This game also feels like Michael Porter Jr. was playing for his life in Denver. I know that's not true, but maybe subconsciously Michael Porter Jr. saw the trade news with Luka and saw that no one is safe short of LeBron and Bradley Beal, who have that no trade clause in their contracts. But Malone, in his post-interview, was very adamant that they were not going to trade Michael Porter Jr. Hopefully he keeps his word, but I'm sure Jason Kidd was saying the exact same thing a few days ago before Luka was traded. So the other thing that's crazy about that is just that the GM was saying in his interview that they've been pretty much trying to make this trade for the past month. That's freaking diabolical. They've been, working behind Luka's back this entire time with no one knowing, only to stab him in the back at the end of this. I feel for Mavs fans right now. That was just a horrible thing to have happen to your team. But hopefully Luka, does well. And I would like to see him get out of the Lakers and go to some other team because I love Luka, and I would love to not have to watch him wear that god-awful Lakers jersey. But back to the Nuggets. Nuggets. What did this win do for the Nuggets? So they are now on a 3-game winning streak. And we are now 31-19 win-loss record, sitting a game and a half behind Houston because tonight Houston lost to the Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Orange and blue skies, baby. Yes, I love that. I love seeing that the Houston lost and especially that the Knicks won. And then Memphis actually got a win tonight, so we are now 3 games behind Memphis. I actually thought we were going to catch up to Memphis before the All-Star break, but now it kind of looks like we'll catch up to Houston, and we won't be able to catch up to Memphis right now. That's pretty crazy. It will also be kind of crazy to see what happens in the coming weeks here with Luka now being part of the Lakers and seeing how that happens, because the other thing is that they don't have any defense now. Sure, they have an amazing offense, but there's a lot of teams that have amazing offense. Denver has an amazing offense. When they want to be, they are one of the best offenses in the league. They're actually rated as the first top offense when Jokić is on the floor. So I don't really foresee them jumping up above us, and I don't really see them dropping. They're probably going to stay roughly around that same area. If not, they might drop a couple, because below them is the Clippers, who have the number 2 defense in the league. So I don't really know. And then plus, the trade deadline is on Thursday. There's going to be a lot other crazier things happening. I don't know as crazy as Luka, but, who knows? I mean, because the other thing, too, we just heard now that Zach LaVine got traded from the Bulls, which is so stupid. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. They are just wanting to tank their team right now. First, they got rid of DeRozan. First they got rid of Alex Caruso. Then they got rid of DeRozan. Now they're getting rid of Zach LaVine. I guess they're also looking to trade Vucevic. I don't know what's going on there. And then I think they were also, now there's trade talks of trading Kobe White. I can't support the Bulls right now. They are just draining their team right now and killing it. I'm surprised Michael Jordan doesn't step in and do something, because that's just ridiculous. The hard work that MJ put in to get the Bulls to the level that they were in the 90s, and ever since then, they've just kind of tampered off. It's really sad. And then also right now we have the Warriors and Steph Curry, his ending years getting completely drained because they're going nowhere. So it's going to be an interesting next couple of days for sure. And you also saw that De'Aaron Fox is now going to be playing for the Spurs. That's going to probably definitely help them more. And then it's going to help Sacramento. I don't think Zach LaVine is better than Fox. I think Fox is definitely better, and he's shown it. So Sacramento actually might suffer from that, but at the same time, DeRozan and Zach LaVine were former Bulls teammates, right, last year. So they can probably help each other out with there, and they know each other really well. So that might work in their benefit, but I don't see Sacramento going up that much. Then with Dallas and AD joining them, they are definitely big heavy now. And AD does play good defense or offense, but he's more of a defender. So their defense is definitely going to get better. I definitely see Dallas going maybe up a couple of seeds, 1 or 2 seeds in the next coming weeks. But it also is, how can these players work with those teams? If AD doesn't get along with the other team members, it may not be as clear-cut defense as we're all assuming it's going to be. Same thing with Luka. You have Luka, who's ball-heavy, and you have LeBron, who's ball-heavy. Who's going to be carrying the ball? If you know LeBron, you know that he loves to run the show. He's not going to give the show up right now. While he's still playing, he's not going to give up the show. So it'll be interesting to see how that all turns out. But hopefully the Nuggets are gearing themselves up for a good trade, not a crazy trade, a good trade. And that's where I'm hoping that with this situation with Zeke Naji getting lots of minutes, showing really good minutes, Pickett showing really good minutes, maybe they can offset some of them. Maybe, in a trade with like Zeke and Dario Saric for a good bench defender, or Zeke and Pickett for a good bench defender. Either way, we need a good bench defender, but our core players need to stay where they are. I don't like any talk about Porter Jr. getting traded, or Murray, or AG. Definitely don't talk about Jokić getting traded. Like, if Jokić ever gets traded from the Nuggets, you damn well will guess that I will probably stop watching basketball altogether. I don't want to see him in another jersey other than the Nuggets. Great thing going for the Nuggets there in the seed position. And New York is staying strong as well. OKC is back to a winning streak, two-game winning streak. So they're 39-9. The Cavaliers are 40-9. So they're still maintaining their top seed position in the league and in their division. So really intense couple of days or 2 weeks until the All-Star break. And it'll be interesting to see what happens after that. And then the next games, again, we have on Wednesday, we're facing the Pelicans again. Hopefully Brody will be back for that game. Fingers crossed. Let's do that with fingers crossed. And then after that, we are playing the Orlando Magic, who are very beaten up, and they lost tonight against the Warriors. So they're looking for a win. They are desperate for a win, so it's definitely not going to be an easy matchup with them in Ball Arena. And they have a very good history of playing well in Ball Arena. So KCP knows it very well, so we'll see how that goes. And then after that is the Phoenix Suns home game there, so that's a 1-game trip left before the break. And then we come back for 2 games against the Portland Trailblazers, who are on a 4-game winning streak. So like I said with the Hornets, don't sleep on the Hornets. I will also say do not sleep on the Trailblazers. They are raising in the ranks here. They're doing really good jobs, and they're kind of like the Western version of the Hornets. They play very well and they play very hard, and they're just minor details that are keeping them in the position that they are. But if they were able to fix those details, I guarantee you they would be a top 7 team, in the Western Conference. They would be in the top 7 if they just fix a couple of things. So they're definitely some team to watch out for. It's not going to be easy. And then after them, our final matchup is again before the break is against the Hornets. So we close out that series. So we'll close out actually the Pelicans series on Wednesday. We'll close out on Thursday the series with the Magic. We're not closing the series with the Suns just yet, but we are getting closer to that. But we will close the Trailblazers series and then the Charlotte series before the break. So hopefully we can get some sweeps in here. Be nice. So that's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe, share it out to your friends and family. And you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. We'll catch you on Wednesday.